Hi everyone. I haven't made a flower arrangement lately because it's been raining so much, but today I picked so many, like all kinds of colors from my garden, and I thought maybe I could show you how I make my flower arrangement. Well, I'm not a pro, but this is just how I do it. So this is what we have. This is what I picked this morning. I have yellows, orange, purple, and blues, and some reds and some burgundy. And I am using foliage today, which I don't do very often. So some of these flowers I picked yesterday in the evening, and I just let them sit in this bucket to get them hydrated. And then when I'm out there in the garden, I am actually removing the leaves of the stems. The purpose of that is the leaves actually contaminate the water. So without the leaves, it helps keep your water clean and free of bacteria. It decreases the amount of bacteria in the water. Once the stems are cleaned up, you have to make a cut, diagonal cut to the bottom. Now we have to choose a vessel. I have this. I'm not sure if I'm using this. This one is my favorite. So this is what I do to hold the stems in place. I just used scotch tape to make a grid. See those little square here? Or a piece of chicken wire from my leftover wire in the garden. um, put it put it in your vessel, your water, and there you go. So next we have to decide on a color palette if you're using any. For me, most of the time it's just whatever I have in the garden, and then I go from there. Sometimes I just put them all together and they actually look nice. But today we're gonna start with our greenery first. I'm thinking blues and purples and some white, so that's what we're doing first. For our greenery, I am using hosta, borage, lemon verbena, some peppermint, basil, sage, holy basil, and I think I have lemon balm. I'm not using lemon balm because it's starting to wilt, but I am using mostly herbs. This is why herbs is a must in my garden, because I use them for teas and to add greenery to my flower arrangement. I always start with foliage first. I'm using it as a base. I'm using hostas for this arrangement. I make a V shape to create both vertical and horizontal look. And then I'm adding focal flowers. I love these giant purple zinnias. I think they are just gorgeous. For focal flowers, I usually choose the ones that has big blooms or something that has a unique texture or color. I will put 3 or 5 or more, but I do odd numbers to make it look more natural. Don't forget to recut the stems before adding to the vase. I'm adding smaller flowers for fillers. I just fill around the focal flowers. This will add interest to my arrangement. I'd put 1 flower or 3 throughout my arrangement and not bunched together. I wanted to have that visual flow. Incorporate a variety of different textures like frilly or smooth, shiny or matte, soft or hard. To finish the arrangement, I'm adding snapdragon, basil, and yarrow last so they don't get smooshed by giant zinnia. Okay, so this is our finished product. The hostas are the greenery, the foliage, one, two, three, and the big purple zinnias are my focal flowers right there. For the fillers, I use basil, borage, white snapdragon, ammi, dara, some pink everlasting flower, yarrow, ageratum, and I add in some mint and purple snapdragon. So the color scheme basically is purple and blues, and I added some white too, and we have the greens. And lastly, before you display them, give them a light spritz of water. Don't forget to change the water every 2 days or remove the flowers from the vase every 3 days. Rinse the vase out and fill it in with fresh water. The cleaner the water, the longer you get to enjoy your flower arrangement.